So good morning, sir, and greetings everybody participating in the meet. My name is Lakshmisha, and I'm going to give you a small presentation on how to clear CDS and AFCAT. Before I start my presentation, there are a few things that I want to say. The strategy that I'm going to tell you, please don't treat this as the ultimate strategy. You can follow other strategies that are available on YouTube, or you can ask other people who have cleared the exam, or you can. The best thing that you can do is take your own PIQs and do your own research and come up with your own strategy. With my strategy, you may not be able to score 160 plus marks in CDS and 220 plus marks in AFCAT, but you will definitely score a respectable score for clearing the merit in both the exams. The third point, and a very important point, is for these exams, you need to practice previous year question papers as much as you can. The next point is intuition helps. I'll come to this part later in the presentation. Another point is the given time in this exam for both CDS and AFCAT is extremely less. You do not need to completely write, you do not need to completely attempt the whole paper. You just need to clear the cutoff and stay safe for the merit. Prepare for CDS and you can clear AFCAT as well. Many people consider AFCAT to be an OER test, and rightfully so. AFCAT does not require more than 20 days of preparation. So just prepare for CDS and clear AFCAT automatically. For this strategy that I'm going to tell you, YouTube is your best friend. A little details about the exam. CDS exam is conducted twice a year, once in April, another time in September. The mode is offline. It is conducted both in Hindi and English. You are supposed to give your paper for three subjects: English, general knowledge, and elementary mathematics. Each paper lasts for 2 hours, 100 marks each. That makes the total paper that makes the total exam for 300 marks. Marking scheme is 1 mark for every correct answer. You will lose 0.33, that is 1/3 of the marks for every wrong answer, and you will not lose any marks for unattempted questions. This is for mathematics. For English and GK, you will have 120 questions each, and thus you will be getting 0.833 marks for every correct answer, minus 0.27 for every wrong answer, and you will not have any penalty for unmarked questions. For AFCAT, it is again conducted twice a year, once in February, second time in August. The mode is online, computer-based, conducted in English. The duration is 2 hours. You have 100 questions. Total marks is 300. The marking scheme is +3 for every right answer, -1 for every wrong answer, no penalty for an unmarked question. Unlike CDS, in AFCAT, you have 4 subjects that you have to attend. The additional subject here is reasoning and military aptitude. The other subjects are general awareness, verbal ability, that is your English, numerical ability, that is your mathematics. Now coming to the strategy that I have used. This strategy has helped me to clear AFCAT 4 times and CDS 3 times. So that is why I rely on this strategy and I recommend it to others as well. The first thing is, for English preparation, what you can do is you can watch CDS Defense Wala English playlist that is available on YouTube. There are 20 videos which last approximately to 40 hours. Watch it at 2x speed, and very important, make notes. Make your own notes. Practice previous year question papers from CDS Journey YouTube channel. After you have finished learning the chapters of English, subject verb agreement, active voice, passive voice, prepositions, conjunctions, etc. Practice the same chapters, previous year question papers from CDS Journey YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, there are also a few rules that there are a few rules that are important, a few tricks that are there to solve the questions. For example, the jumble sentences that you have to solve. You don't need to go through all the sentences. There are a few tricks and a few strategies that you can follow to save time. So all these are available on CDS Journey. Next, If you want it, if you are not confident with any chapter, let's say subject of agreement that is quite difficult, or prepositions that is also difficult, you can use Arihant's S.P. Bakshi English book. The standard of English used in this book is quite tough, and if you practice the questions on this book, you will be you'll become very confident, and you'll definitely be able to solve the questions that are given on CDS exam. Another thing that I used is Word Power Made Easy. This is a vocabulary book that tells you how the word is, how the word has come, um, the origin of the word, the etymology. So with this idea and with this knowledge, you can know what is the meaning of the word, what is the word saying. So it can give you some more marks. But this is a completely optional thing that you can do. So this is all for English preparation. Coming to mathematics preparation, mathematics is a little lengthy preparation. And this mathematics, the people who are opting for IMA, only they will have to prepare for mathematics. For mathematics, again, visit Defense Wala mathematics playlist. The recent playlist has been uploaded last year. There are 32 videos, which again last about 40 hours. You can do this, or there is another very famous channel called as The Journey Extraordinary. The owner of this channel is Ajay Singh Rajput. He's an All India rank 1. He also gives very good content for mathematics, especially, and he has given and cleared AFCAT and CDS many number of times. So there is nobody who can give you knowledge on mathematics better than him. So these two are my go-to channels for mathematics preparation. And most important, again, make notes, make your own notes, solve as much questions as you can. Focus on the subjects in the order that I have mentioned. First, focus on geometry and mensuration. Geometry consists of circles, triangles, straight lines, angles, and all the other 2D objects, 2D figures. Mensuration consists of your area volume for all the objects, 2D and 3D. If you are 100% prepared with geometry and mensuration, and if you're able to solve more than 75% of the questions that are given in the exam, you will be solving more than 35 questions. So these two chapters are the most important chapters for CDS. Next comes trigonometry and statistics. Again, with these 4 chapters, I think you will be able to solve more than 55 questions. That is more than half the paper of CDS mathematics. But anyways, some of the questions that are given are quite easy. Some of them are moderate, and some of them are hard. All the questions are of the same marks, so we do not require to waste time solving the hard questions. So that is why you need to learn more and more chapters so that you can solve all the easy questions that are there. The next important chapter in mathematics is algebra and number system. The next is arithmetic. So if you are thorough with the chapters that I have mentioned in this presentation, you will be able to score a very good, a respectable score, a very good score actually. You'll be able to score the sectional cutoff for mathematics and a score that you can give you a safe score for the merit as well. For trigonometry, learn the values, the ratios, the identities, formulae, and conversions. Conversions in the sense sin 90 plus theta, cos 90 minus theta, etc. These things will help you cut down on time when you're solving moderate and difficult level questions. Otherwise, you will be investing more than 8 to 10 minutes on one question, and then you'll not be able to do a lot of questions. For geometry and mensuration, learn the formulae and learn the rules. When it comes to triangles and circles, there are many rules that you have to learn. Again, these rules will help you on saving time on doing the moderate and difficult questions. Practice for speed. Speed is key for mathematics, and without practice, you will not be able to tackle the questions quickly. Master the value putting method. this is available on CDS Journey. If you practice and master the value putting method, you do not need to follow the traditional method at all. This is for mathematics preparation. The general knowledge preparation or the GK preparation will be done by Rahul sir. He'll be presenting after me. He has greater knowledge on this subject, so he'll take on that. So after you've prepared and after you start practicing the full length tests that I'll cover in the next few slides, you should be targeting a score of 75 and above in English. That means you'll have to mark 90 out of 120 questions correctly. And this is a difficult target. This target can only be achieved by good amount of practice. 75 marks in CDS English is considered a very good score. Similarly, for mathematics, if you follow the strategy that I have given and practice a lot of questions, a lot of strategies, rules, formulae, etc., you will be able to score more than 45 marks. In mathematics, even the people who practice for SSC, CGL, and all those exams, in my experience, what I have seen, they are able to solve only about 60 questions. So if you if you who are only preparing for CDS solve even 50 questions, that is a very big number. That is a very good score. That is good amount of preparation that you have done. So 45 is a good score. And GK, if you manage to score 30 above, a total of 150 plus is very much attainable. The cutoffs for mathematics, the cutoff for CDS usually lie between 130 and 135. And 150 is a very, very respectable score. Score targets for AFCAT. For reasoning, you will be facing about 30 to 35 questions. So in my calculations, you must not do more than 3 mistakes. That is, you'll have to answer with over 90% accuracy. This will help you score 80 marks. For mathematics, you will have to have an accuracy of more than 75%. 75% of the questions you attend must be right. This will help you to score 40 marks. For English, 80% accuracy, you'll be able to score 55 marks. For GK, you will have about 20 to 25 questions. At least 50% of the questions you mark must be correct. This will give you 30 plus marks. And with this, you can score at least 200. 200 is a very respectable score in AFCAT. And that too with the increasing difficulty that they have done in the last two papers. 200 is a very good score in my opinion. The key to success. Before I finish my presentation, I have a few more points that everybody has to remember. The key to success in English and mathematics is speed, and speed alone. Without speed, you will not be able to clear the paper. As I said earlier, the given time is extremely limited. Speed is your only power. Speed comes with practice. Prepare for both simultaneously. That is, prepare for English and mathematics simultaneously. Unless and until you have about 4 months and you have a lot of free time. Otherwise, if you are a student or a college or a working professional, please prepare for both simultaneously and give at least 3 to 4 hours daily. Guesswork is almost all the time required, not for all the questions, but only for a few questions. In English, without guesswork, you'll not be able to get the edge of about 5 to 10 marks. In the previous few attempts, English paper foreign languages has been included in English paper, that is Latin. So with Latin, without a prior knowledge, you will have to do guesswork. Also with close tests, with jumbling of the sentences, and a number of questions that are there in CDS English, guesswork will come handy, and guesswork will give you that edge of 5 to 10 marks. Intuition helps with guesswork. With intuition, that is your gut feeling, or that comes with a lot of practice. This will help you to cancel out at least 2 options out of the 4, and you'll have to make a choice between the 2 options. which is a very good percentage. If you start doing that, you will notice that you will be getting extra marks itself. This is statistics. It always works. Intuition helps in guesswork, and practice is one thing that will help your intuition. You'll not be able to remember every single rule. You'll not be able to remember every single idiom or a word that you have prepared for, but it'll always be there in your intuition. It'll definitely help you to clear the exam. After you have prepared for English and mathematics, please take full length tests from Defensewala or Insight SSB from their applications. Do this full length tests at least 10 days before the exam. This will give you a complete simulation of how the exam works. This will make you conscious about the time, about how much time you are spending on each question. This will also make you aware of which is that section that is giving you the difficulty. Where are you losing focus? If you lose focus for a few minutes in English, you'll not be able to complete the whole paper. If you lose focus in mathematics, you will lose at least 5 to 6 questions. This is guaranteed. So take full length tests. This will prepare you for the exam. If at all you're not confident with your preparation, or if you're you want to prepare better, you want to score a very good score, then please go for Insight SSB or CDS Journey or the Journey Extraordinary. They have guided preparation, prepared preparation, obviously. Their preparation is, their courses are really good. Some of my friends have taken the courses and they have cleared the exam. I have done it on my own. You can follow either. Both of them works. Please see what is comfortable for you. That is all from my end. This is my presentation on the 2 exams. I hope it was useful for the viewers. Next, Rahul sir will take on and he'll tell you how to clear GK.
एक क्वेश्चन है लक्ष्मी. लक्ष्मी, एक फ्रेशर को कितने मॉक देने चाहिए और कब देने शुरू करने चाहिए? लेट अस से ही हैज गॉट 3 months प्रिपरेशन टाइम, तो वो किस तरह से अपना टाइम प्लान डिवाइड करे और कितने मॉक कब कब दे?
Sir, as I said, if he's a fresher, he should simultaneously start practicing for mathematics and English. That will take him at least 35 to 40 days, sir. And for GK, it does not take much time. What I follow, it does not take much time, but what Rahul sir says, that I'm not very sure. But let's say GK also takes about 1 month of preparation. After this, for practicing PYQs and full length tests, I think he can spend 20 days, sir. This will be enough. About 2 weeks to 20 days, this might be enough. It can improve his speed. A fresher needs a lot of speed. Experienced people know how the paper goes. A fresher requires a lot of speed, sir. So 20 days is required.
Oh, fine. Thank you so much. Yeah, Rahul, please.
Yes. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Is my screen visible to everyone?
You're visible.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. For today, I will be explaining not more about the resources, but more about the strategy which I have been following right from the beginning itself. So, for this preparation, I have divided the content into 2 parts, for the freshers and for the repeaters. I'll be discussing my approach and how to approach each subject and each content wise. For English, I will say what personally I have observed in the exams is that this is for CDS, like all the closed test, comprehension passages, error sentences, fill in the blanks, and fixed prepositions. So all these kind of questions, they basically come into 3 categories. First one is vocabulary, which is knowledge based. Second is grammar, grammatical rule based questions. And third, comprehension, and all these questions, they are mostly on reading based. So I approach the preparation in that manner only. For the vocabulary, I maintain my register. Like what I usually do is, like whenever I read the newspaper, I take a pen or pencil with me or any novel. So I underline the difficult words. And after I am done with the reading, what I usually do, I write all those words in a register. And I read that all those words just after waking up or before sleeping. because in my personal view, I have observed this, like after waking up or whenever our mind is fresh, then I am able to recall them better and memorize them better. For the grammatical part, in the first preparation period, I have went through the course. I took out the notes from that course, and then after that I didn't need anything. I just went through my personal notes only, and I just went for the practice. That's what matters in the English. Third, reading based. If you are reading daily, any novel, any book, or anything, then definitely by easily you will be able to handle these type of questions by yourself with practice. So when you will be doing PYQs, then you will be able to handle the reading based questions. The must do for English, I will say, is just practice and practice. The more you will practice, more you will come to know about what mistakes you are doing. And with the help of practice, you will be easily able to get at least try to get 90%, more than 90% accuracy in the English. And like what I do as a part of strategy is that, let's suppose mostly I am confused in two options, like which one will be correct among those. So I will go just with any one of them which came to my mind first. So that helps. Because as Lakshmi Shah sir also said that intuition helps and this comes with practice. So in the practice, try to eliminate the options, and when you are stuck between two, then just go with one. And with the help of experience, then you will be able to solve more and more questions in this time. So for the first timers who are giving the exams for the first time, like for the English strategy, I divide my time 20 minutes for reading the hard questions, 30 minutes for reading newspaper, 1 hour for grammatical mistakes and grammatical course. So because this is for the first time, you need to go through a course. So I generally devote 1 hour per day to the course, and then again 30 minutes for the practicing of PYQs. So in this way, we will give 2 to 2.5 hours. It depends on the individual itself how much time they want to devote. But generally, this is what I devoted when I gave the exam for the first time. But in the upcoming times, definitely you don't need any course. So 1 hour will be reduced. Also, the vocabulary will be increased. It will be improved in the next times. So you will just need less minutes. 10 minutes for reading, 30 minutes 10 minutes for reading the vocabulary, 30 minutes for reading anything like newspaper or book or anything you want to read, and practice for just 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, I usually practice 30 to 40 questions every day. That helps to me personally. So just 1 hour of English preparation will be enough. Now I will be covering the GA strategy, which is polity.
भाई सॉरी सॉरी राहुल फॉर इंटरप्शन। भाई साहब
Yes,
आपकी ग्रामर की स्पेलिंग गलत लिखी हुई है आपने। इंग्लिश
okay.
स्ट्रेटेजी नंबर 2 पे पॉइंट है। ठीक है
Yes,
ना, ख्याल रखिएगा इन चीजों का ना।
okay, sir.
चलो प्लीज कंटिन्यू। हाँ, मेरा काम है भाई, मैं टीचर हूँ, मैंने सही बात पॉइंट आउट करनी है।
Yes, sir.
या प्लीज कंटिन्यू, थैंक्स।
So, for general awareness, I generally divide the GK part of the CDS exam into 3 parts, which is majorly firstly 30 marks, 10 marks of physics, chemistry, and biology. They come in the exam every year. So, I keep that part separate. Personally, because I have been from science background, I can handle these questions. So, I take this part as a separate part for myself. So, for the science part, generally, I have read just 2 books, NCRT Class 9 and Class 10 books. I read for the first time in the first time preparation, I read 1 chapter daily in the morning. And ninth and 10th class, when they are combined, it generally has 22 to 25 of chapters. So if you read 1 chapter daily, and even if you take 1 or 2 days break per week, then within 1 month, you will be able to cover all the science part just within 1 month. So if we have 3 months of period, then I will suggest that you will easily go through 3 readings of each book, class 9th and class 10th book. So if you read 1 to 2 chapters daily, and in the first read you will take around 1 hour of time for each chapter. But if you are reading it on the second time, then it will just take 30 to 40 minutes only. This is what I did. And after reading the chapter, I give some break in the night time or after some break or on the next days. Whatever chapter I had read on the previous day, I used to go through the previous year questions on that chapter. So for the first time, it just took 1.5 hours per day. And in the next times, it just took me 40 minutes only to prepare for the science because it mostly covered the revision part only. For the polity, geography, and current affairs, what I had observed in myself is that I could not recall much of the contents when I am going through the YouTube videos or anything. So I relied particularly on the books because if we forget anything, then books are the readily available to us. We can refer to them at any point of time. So that's what I preferred. For polity, you can go through the previous year questions, read this M. Lakshmikant book for Indian polity. Make your self notes for this. For geography, you have to go through two books of 11th class, which are Fundamental of Physical Geography and India Physical Environment. Again, you have to make short notes for because in the first go, if you make the short notes, definitely that will take more time. But in the upcoming, because when you'll be giving the exams in the second and third times, then those were the notes which will be most useful to us in the next times. For current affairs and the upcoming current affairs sessions, you can go through the YouTube channels of CDS Journey. There are playlists available on each channel and Insight SSB YouTube channel as well. Just go through them. If you want the notes, then both these channels give the Telegram notes as well. For the miscellaneous questions, you have to go through MCQ. You have to observe by yourself like which are the questions which are in repeat for the previous years. So that's what, just go through MCQs of the previous year questions and you will be able to tackle these questions. Again, for polity geography, it will fetch us 40 marks at overall. So if you cover science part and this whole part, then definitely you will be able to fetch around 50 marks, or you will be able to solve at least 50 questions out of 70 questions which we receive in these sections. So if we talk about the last 30 days plan, which I usually do is I finish all my syllabus 30 days prior to the exams, and in the last 30 days I give the mock test on alternate days and also analyze them on several days. On the days when I'm not giving the full test, I generally give the sectional test in the sections in which I am weak. So I complete 30 days prior all the syllabus and I just focus on the revision, revise the hard topics. I usually revise in the early mornings and best before sleeping because that is the best time according to me again, which I feel that this is the best time for revising the hard topics. In the first week of the last 30 days, I begin with topic wise mock practice, and in the upcoming weeks, I will go with the full test. I will time each sessions that happens when you give the exams, when you practice for the full mock test. I just analyze and note down my mistake, which are most important. Because if we don't note them down, then there is no use of giving the mock test. And I just focus on the repeated topics from the past. That's what I do. This was all about CDS. Now for AFCAT, as Lakshmi Shah also mentioned, I also believe that this is the easiest exams of all which we can crack, and we don't need any specific preparation for AFCAT, because if we are preparing for CDS, then AFCAT will automatically be cleared. But anyways, if someone is just preparing just for AFCAT and not for CDS, then for maths and reasoning, there are two videos. Just go through those 6 hours long videos of CDS Journey YouTube channel. Maths and reasoning will be done only with the practice. Just practice with the previous year questions and mock test. English, it will be same as CDS. The practice matters most and you will be able to solve them easily. For defense and current affairs, I again request and I again suggest to go through the YouTube playlist. For static GK, if someone wants to refer to the static GK part, although it was coming more in the ratio in the earlier times, but nowadays I have seen that static GK is not much relevant and most of the topics are related to current affairs only. But still, for the static GK, I had read Arihant. In that is a very large book. So you have to be selective about it. You have to see which topics are in trend nowadays and you just go through those topics. And at the last, I would like to mention few points which we must remember. Like for CDS, I had printed the exams, previous year questions, and I kept them handy with myself so that I could refer them. And mock test, just there are, I used to download mock tests which are available on fcats.cdac.in website. So the major problem which I faced was consistency because right from the beginning I could not study more than 2 hours in one go. So what I used to do was I used to divide my slots. Like I used to study 1.5 hours in the morning and 1 hour or 1 to 2 hours in the during before sleeping. So this is what I used to do. Information overload. That's what I I will say that if we are using too much of resources and we are not revising them on regular basis, then definitely you will not be able to clear the exam. Keep your resources to the minimum. Just keep one resource for GK or for maths and just practice it over time again and again so that you will be able to recall that same point in the exam even if there is a pressure. So I will request and I will suggest that please keep lesser resources and keep reading the same content again and again. That's what I have believed and I still follow that. Cutoff uncertainty is there because in AFCAT in the previous few years I have seen that the cutoff was 160 but this year it was just around 120. So cutoff is uncertain. It depends on the difficulty of the exam we get. But still, if you are prepared well, then definitely you will be able to clear the exam very easily. Thank you. At the last, I have mentioned the resources. I have given the links for the resources which you can refer, which I have mentioned in the earlier slides. Thank you. So that was all from my side.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi and Rahul. You have given a very good practical explanation to in a very brief manner, quite easy to understand. तो बच्चों प्लीज गो अहेड आस्क क्वेश्चन. मेरे तो सवाल नहीं है, मैंने तो लिखना भी नहीं है एग्जाम, तो आप लोग पूछिए प्लीज. It remains for me to thank Lakshmi and Rahul for giving us a good presentation. I hope all of you would have benefited. Take care. All the best. Thank you.